Hello, welcome back to another special edition of Unity. We're here on location at the Government Center, and we are interviewing Mayor Teresa Tomlinson. Want to say welcome to the show, Mayor Teresa.
Well, it's great to be back.
Mayor Teresa, you're our 69th mayor, and you happen to be a woman. Tell my viewers, what's that like?
Well, I'm actually originally from Atlanta, moved to Columbus and fell absolutely in love with it. Knew it was where I wanted to live for the rest of my life. Became really involved in the city through different ways. I practiced law for many years, 16 years, but I lived in an in-town community and loved the diversity and sort of the close-knit community that Columbus can offer. And so I left my law practice and got involved in economic community renewal, trying to bring resources and opportunities to every square inch of the city, and realized if I really wanted to make a difference, I had to be in elected office. You can make a big difference as a private citizen, but if you want to change things fundamentally, it's a big benefit to be in public office. That's where you can make the biggest improvement in people's lives. And so I decided to run for office. Loved it. It was a year-long campaign.
Yes.
Had 4 candidates running for the office, and we had 44 debates.
Wow.
Yeah, 44 debates. We got to really get in there with the citizens, see what was going on with the city, and it's just a passion of mine, and I greatly enjoy being mayor. I'm married. My husband Tripp, and I've been married 13 years, I guess 14, going on 14 years, and I'm very fortunate. He was raised in Columbus. I graduated from Hardaway High School, and so very fortunate to find him and have him in my life. He's a big support. My family's a big support for me.
I've met your family, and
yes,
yes they are.
Yeah, they are.
Your sister definitely is.
My sister and I are really very, very close. And of course, my mom is just a ball of fire.
Yes, she is.
And my dad is a quiet type, shy type. So it makes for a fun family dynamic. We have a lot of laughter when we get together.
What are some of your successes in your first year?
Well, it's been really exciting. There's never a dull moment. Always something going on around here. And I think the impression that I have from that first year is that this government is really very complex. There's so much going on. It's not just parks and rec, or that may affect your life through the parks and through football if your child is in football, or T-League or boxing. A lot of parents know it that way. But the city does so many other things. Of course, garbage pickup you see on a daily basis. But we run over a 600-person prison,
wow.
Jail system. Then, of course, we have 3 law enforcement agencies, the police department, and then 2 agencies that are headed by elected officials, the marshal's office and the sheriff's office. Then, of course, you have kind of the typical services, I think, that citizens expect, the sewer systems, the road systems, all of that combines to be what you expect your city to do to support your life, and to support your family, and to support your job. We have economic development. I work very closely with the chamber in encouraging businesses to come to Columbus. It's just a whole lot going on. And I feel like we've had an extremely productive year. When I came into office, I had certain goals. They were to make citizens feel more connected to the city government, as if their voice was really being heard, and that the government was providing a level playing field and being responsive to all people. I think we've come a long way in that with our Let's Talk forums. I make a real effort to make myself available to any organization, group, or media outlet like yourself.
You do?
I think people should have access to the mayor, and should have access to their government, because it affects their life every day. And so that was one of the many things that we started out doing, making sure that people felt very connected to the city government. And then I think it becomes an easy case to tell them of your other accomplishments, because they've been there with you, they've seen it, they've heard you giving them progress reports along the way, and so it's not news to them that the government's working for them.
Mayor Teresa, a lot of us know you from Midtown, but then there are some people that don't. But I know what you did for Midtown, a small portion of the city.
Yeah.
If she had the whole piece, imagine what Columbus could see.
And that I think about, that's the way I think, is how can we make this better? It's really I guess a passion, and maybe a moral compulsion, a moral belief of what you're supposed to be doing here, you know, while you're on Earth. And I think you really, every person's here to leave a legacy of some sort, and you just have to figure out what is that legacy and how can you make things better. And I'm a problem solver by nature. Everybody has their talent. Some people can sing, some people can draw, some people are good at math. I'm really, really good at problem solving. And so I think I need to bring those skills to a job such as this and see how we can solve some of the challenges that come our way so that we leave a better community for the next generation.
Mayor Teresa, I just want to say one thing I like about you is that you open the community up to you, and you're the first mayor to use Facebook.
Yeah, right. Yeah, on Facebook, which is, you know, I get, probably 200 messages a day between my email messages and Facebook messages. It's a lot, but some of them are very, very short, just people, they've sent the message to me, but really the message needs to go to the chief of police or to the public services director. And so a lot of the messages I get, I simply are able to forward to the right person so they can get back with them. But there's a whole lot of people contacting the mayor for information and to alert us to issues going on. And I think it's so valuable. I mean, I really do. All of those who contact me, I get a lot of people. I just responded while I was waiting for you all to set up and come in here. I had a gentleman write me and said something to the effect of, I know you won't respond because I know you don't care, but, and then he laid out a problem that he was having. And the fact of the matter is that, you know, I do care very much, and I'm here, I believe, to solve his situation. And so I was able to respond, and he fired back that he couldn't believe that I responded. So
that's a blessing.
Yeah, right, it is.
Well, we're going to go to commercial break.
Sure.
Then we're coming back with more questions about our mayor.
Unity with Pam Willis Hovey is being brought to you by these sponsors.
Hello, this is Pastor Willis of the Move of God Ministry. We come to welcome you to be a part of our ministry. This is not a put on, but this is a come on. And we come to share in our different ministries with our dance team, with our choir, and our TV ministry. And we're looking for great things to happen, great miracles to happen within this place. Come and be a part of the blessing plan.
She takes us everywhere. The supermarket, soccer games, vacations. Heck, we've had the van almost as long as the kids. She's like a member of the family. And when she breaks down, there's only one place we'll take her. AMCO. They've got nearly 900 locations, the best technicians, and a nationwide warranty. They fix her right the first time for a lot less than my dealer. People who know, call 1-800-GO-AMCO. AA MCO.
Why Chalmers?
We manage the details so that businesses don't have to. Our expert consultants understand the individual needs of all of our clients.
We're here for you.
It's great to have the business support of Chalmers. They handle my bookkeeping, payroll, and collections. Now I have more time to dedicate to my customers.
Your success is our success.
With affordable rates for payroll, bookkeeping, collection, and IT services, Chalmers can ease the stress of running a business.
Chalmers Support Services. What you can't do, we can.
Come on in to Sugar's for a sweet taste of Southern cooking. You will be taken back to Sunday dinner at Grandma's house with every bite. Daily specials serving fried chicken, collards, black-eyed peas, also melt-in-your-mouth cornbread. You will want to ask for seconds. Also try one of our homemade desserts. You will be in sweet, sweet heaven. Sugar's offers catering for all your corporate, church, and family gatherings. They will do all the work and save you all the trouble. Sugar's, a taste of Southern cooking.
Welcome back to Unity. We are here on location at the Government Center with Mayor Teresa. And we want to talk to you, Mayor Teresa. Tell my viewers, you noticed that a lot of our citizens were getting hit up, their air conditioners were being torn up, and you had established a copper task force.
Right, yeah.
Tell my viewers
well,
about it.
we've been able to cut copper theft 47%. in Columbus, which is amazing. Nobody else has been able to make those kind of strides, and I have to give credit to getting everybody together. The law enforcement, 3 law enforcement agencies we have, the police department, the marshal and sheriff's office, but also the scrap metal dealers came to the table. A lot of people were blaming them as if they were, you know, encouraging the crime, but they came to the table and said, no, we're not encouraging the crime. In fact, we have no interest in buying stolen copper. Help us find a way to figure out what's stolen, and we'll help you turn the people in. And so we've had a couple of things. We've started a reward hotline where you can call a number, and I'll get you that number so maybe you can publish it on the air, you know, when this is running. But if people call, they can get up to a $1,000 reward for turning in somebody who's been involved in copper theft. And if that leads to their conviction, they can get a reward. So we've had a lot of people calling in. We've had a lot of arrests made off of the fact of people using that hotline. We've also started a system where we're color coding copper that's in air conditioners. So when they steal it, they turn it in. We know it's that stolen copper we're looking for. We know where it came from because of the color coding. We've been working with the judicial system to make sure that they understand the importance of these crimes. We're charging them as felonies because it's not just the amount of copper that they're stealing, it's the fact that they're causing thousands of dollars in damage to the air conditioner units and the property they're stealing them from. So it's all of that has resulted in a tremendous effort. We've caught so many folks that are doing this, and hopefully people will see it's not worth it. That they should, all the effort they're putting into stealing copper, if they'd put that to something you know, more valuable, something more lawful, yes, they would fare much better. And so hopefully that message is getting out. You've probably seen the billboards that we've had on the back of buses and around town with posters all throughout the community with the hotline. And I think people are getting the message that if you steal copper in Columbus, you're going to get caught. And so you need to turn your energies towards other activities.
One thing we notice about in our community, we have a lot of our citizens that are unemployed. But since you've been in your first year, there's been a lot of good things,
yes,
a lot of good companies.
Well, yeah, Columbus has Columbus created more jobs than any other city in the state of Georgia. Over 1,600 jobs were created in Columbus in 2011, which is, you know, not enough because we still have people needing jobs and wanting jobs, but it's more than any other city in the state of Georgia. And so we need to count our blessings for the good that has been done, but I think at the same time recognize we got a long way to go. And so, as I said earlier, we meet with a lot of companies. As a matter of fact, I had lunch on Friday with some Kia executives from Kia Motor Works up in, of course, the West Point area. But they have a lot of spin-off companies. We want to make sure that they know some of those companies are appropriate for Columbus. And so, you know, we try to continue those relationships. We've got NCR is looking forward to an expansion. We want to encourage that. Pratt Whitney is looking at possible expansion. Macaulay Propellers, a lot of companies here in the community. We're working with Heckler Koch, which is an arms manufacturer, actually, small arms, but they're looking at a Department of Defense contract, and if that goes through, they'll be expanding as well. So,
Mayor Teresa, tell my viewers what's next for you. What do they are going to expect of you? What's next?
Wow, we've got a lot of things going on. I think one of the things I'd like to leave as a legacy is getting the foundation right of the city government so the city can grow. And I think you're going to be hearing in the near future we're going to be reopening some rec centers. Because kids don't make appointments to go play. They can't always catch the van or the bus to go play, and some of these rec centers that we have already invested in are embedded in our communities, and we need to find ways to reopen them again so kids have access to them in a safe, clean place to play and grow and learn. So I'd like to see that. I'd like to see us get our budget in order. We had some things, sacred cows, if you will, that we were holding on to, and we need to realize the city's changed. We have other needs now, and we need to keep up with the new needs of our citizens and provide the services they're demanding today, not the services they were demanding 20 or 30 years ago. So, you know, we still got a lot of work to do, but you're going to be seeing more and more accomplishments from our city government. People are going to know the city's working for them, and I'm committed to making that happen.
Mayor Teresa, I want to say thank you so much for coming to Unity.
Thank you.
And I would love to have you back on my show.
Oh, absolutely. Look forward to it.
Unity with Pam Willis Hovey is being brought to you by these sponsors.
You love your parents, and it's hard to see them struggle to keep their independence. Magnolia Manor can give your parents the assistance they need to enjoy life. You won't have to worry if they are eating well or taking their medications properly. And they'll be in a safe, secure environment with no need to worry about cleaning house or doing yard work. Visit magnoliamanor.com to learn more. Magnolia Manor, just down the road. A community of convenience, caring, and fun.
Taylor Funeral Home, a live-in service for the living. It's a family affair. Our family serving yours. 1514 5th Avenue in Phoenix City, Alabama.
My name is Japal. 2 years ago, I received a kidney transplant. When I was 21 years old, I started dialysis, and for 7.5 years, I was a patient receiving treatments 3 times a week for 4 hours each session. And man, it was hard. After receiving my kidney transplant, I was able to find and marry the love of my life. My kidney transplant gave me my life back.
You have the power to donate life. Be an organ, eye, and tissue donor. To find out how, go today to donatelifegeorgia.org.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation, they all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Hello, welcome back to Unity. We are here on location at the Government Center in Columbus, Georgia, and we're getting ready to interview Sheriff John Darr. Sheriff Darr, welcome to Unity.
Afternoon. I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to be with you today, Pam.
Sheriff Darr, some of my viewers don't know you, and I would love for them to know about you. Tell my viewers a little bit about yourself.
I've been in law enforcement now 23 years. I was fortunate by the grace of God and the citizens of Columbus to be elected sheriff 3 years ago, or almost 4 years ago now. Took office January 1, 2009. Been trying to basically focus on just like anybody, I guess, that's running a public safety agency, trying to make sure that we focus on customer service, public relations with those in our community, making sure that we have the most professional deputies we can at going about serving the people in the community. And that's some of the things we really, I've kind of, as sheriff, kind of stressed to our people in our agency. What I want from everyone that works with us in the sheriff's office, regardless if you're sworn or civilian, is I want you to be very professional and courteous at going about your job, because if you do that and you're also knowledgeable in your job, when people come in contact with you, be it here at the government center, on the street, or at the county jail, I want them to come away with an impression that that's a very professional agency, that's a very professional person, regardless if it's a male or a female. So that's some of the things we stressed. When people ask me about me away from the job, I tell people I'm very basic person. I have 4 kids, and it's kind of funny when I say 4 kids, Pam, because my kids are very old. I have a 25-year-old daughter, a 22-year-old daughter, a 21-year-old daughter, and a 19-year-old son. So when I say kids, they're not like little. Most people think I do. I got older kids. And but I've spent my entire life basically doing a few things. I tell people I work for the sheriff's department. I go to church. I go to the gym, and I spend time with my family. I'm very boring by nature. I like it like that, and I do. I mean, and that's the truth. I was very fortunate. That like I said, with my kids, to spend a lot of time with them in that. So away from this job, I'm really not. I'm not a very exciting person, and like I said, that job, I think that's our job. Kind of what I try to do as a deputy when I was a deputy, Pam, and as a sergeant before I became sheriff. I believe people in law enforcement. That's what people in our community expect and should want. Deputies that are knowledgeable, go about their job being very professional, how they act, how they look, and how they treat people. And I try to adhere to that for the 20 years I was with the Sheriff's Department, like I said, as a deputy and as a sergeant. And then since I became sheriff, like I said, kind of still stress those things in the people in our department to, like I said, when they come in contact with people in the community.
Sheriff Darr, I want you to tell my viewers about your National Take Back Initiative program.
Well, we had teamed up with the DEA, which is the Drug Enforcement Agency, on this program, and basically it gives people an opportunity to turn in expired drugs, unwanted drugs, or unused drugs that so a lot of people you have those around your house, and some people don't know what to do with them. And so this gives them an opportunity to turn them into different locations throughout the city. We did it, I know last year we basically teamed up with just a lot of the local pharmacies in locations where people could turn those in. It was very, very successful. I mean, so it's a great program. And like I said, because a lot of people don't know what they're supposed to do, we don't want them just sitting around your house. You don't never know whose hands they can get into. We don't want them flushing down the toilet because, just like anybody, we don't want them to get out into our ecosystem. So this gives them an opportunity to turn them in. We then turn it over to the DEA, and then they dispose of them, and then you don't even have to worry about it. So it's a great program. In fact, we have one coming up. I think it's in April with partnering up again with the DEA. I'm not sure on what scale it is. We kind of like to see this be more than just once a year. I think it's like we kind of almost want to partner up maybe 2 or 3 times a year to do that. But that's really what that initiative is, and it's a good one.
Now, another question I want to ask you about, Sheriff Darr, is the jailhouse expansion.
Oh, yeah. Let
my viewers know about expanding the jailhouse.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people might know, or they might not know, that when we had this, of course, the natatorium and the Citizen Service Center and some of the other things, one of those building projects, or one of the projects that's going to come up, that's on, of course, a big scale, is the expansion of the county jail. We'll probably be, like they said, expanding to hold maybe an additional 550 to 600 people at the county jail. Haven't broke ground on it yet. I'm not sure when we'll start breaking ground on that. I think the time frame is basically shortly after the Citizen Service Center is completed. Then we'll go into construction on that. Right now we are at the needs assessment, basically analyzing the needs of the county jail and what we think best can help us down there as far as housing people and giving the people the medical treatment they need.
Sheriff Darr, I want my viewers to know what's next for you. You've been in office for 3 years. Tell my viewers what's next for you.
Next for me, well, I think hopefully, if I'm fortunate by the grace of God and the citizens to be reelected, I think we've did a lot of good things in the last 3 years, or the first 3 years I've been in office, and I'm hoping to continue that opportunity. Finishing up this year, going into the election, and then hopefully, if I'm reelected, the 4 years after that, and basically kind of concentrate on kind of some of the things I kind of mentioned earlier. Focusing on making sure this is the most professional office we can based on some of the training that we're doing. Continue to try to come up with some programs like we did with the propane vehicles to save the taxpayers' money on that. So just kind of really be more innovative, continue to be innovative, coming up with ways to serve the people of Columbus.
Sheriff Darr, I want to say thank you so much for coming to Unity with Pam, and I look forward to having you back.
I will, Pam. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I want to thank my viewers today, and I hope that you have enjoyed the show. You got a chance to learn about Mayor Teresa Tomlinson and also Sheriff Darr. Remember, show love in the community.
Unity with Pam Willis Hovey is being brought to you by these sponsors.
Taylor Funeral Home, a live-in service for the living. It's a family affair. Our family serving yours. 1514 5th Avenue in Phoenix City, Alabama.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Hello, this is Pastor Willis of the Move of God Ministry. We come to welcome you to be a part of our ministry. This is not a put on, but this is a come on. And we come to share in our different ministries with our dance team, with our choir, and our TV ministry. And we're looking for great things to happen, great miracles to happen within this place. Come and be a part of the blessing plan.
She takes us everywhere. The supermarket, soccer games, vacations. Heck, we've had the van almost as long as the kids. She's like a member of the family. And when she breaks down, there's only one place we'll take her. AMCO. They've got nearly 900 locations, the best technicians, and a nationwide warranty. They fix her right the first time for a lot less than my dealer. People who know, call 1-800-GO-AMCO.
Enrichment Services is giving a young child in our community a head start on kindergarten. Enrichment Services is providing a nutritious meal for senior citizens. Enrichment Services, a host of educational and assistance programs to benefit all ages.
Why Chalmers?
We manage the details so that businesses don't have to. Our expert consultants understand the individual needs of all of our clients.
We're here for you.
It's great to have the business support of Chalmers. They handle my bookkeeping, payroll, and collections. Now I have more time to dedicate to my customers.
Your success is our success.
With affordable rates for payroll, bookkeeping, collection, and IT services, Chalmers can ease the stress of running a business.
Chalmers Support Services. What you can't do, we can.